So today we're going to be attempting to make an amazing brisket. So I got this whole 15-pound USDA prime brisket, and I'm super excited to cook it up. This was my first attempt at making a barbecue brisket, so without further ado, let's get into this. Real quickly, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those post notifications. And comment down below what your favorite barbecue meat is.
So here we have a whole USDA prime brisket, and we're gonna go ahead and trim it up. By the way, this video was filmed quite a while ago, so I've probably improved on my barbecue skills.
Okay, we're gonna start by flipping it over, and we're gonna go ahead and trim off all this silver skin and remove most of this decal right here. Before I forget, I know a lot of you probably want me to slap it, so let's go ahead and get it over with. We're gonna start by trimming off this decal right here. We wanna remove a fair piece of it, but we don't really wanna dig into that brisket. We're gonna go ahead and chop off most of the fat on the point side and leaving a 1/4 inch of it here on the flat side. So this part, as you can see, is a little bit more flat, and up here it starts to get very thick, and so this is the point, the brisket flat. The point is gonna have a lot of more marbling, and so you really don't need all this top fat right here. It has less of that, so you really want to keep a little bit just so it keeps the brisket nice and juicy.
A good tip to make the trimming process easier is to have a slightly frozen brisket, that way the brisket isn't wobbling around. So here we have a mixture of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. 2 parts pepper, 1 part salt, 1 part garlic powder. We're going to use mustard as a binder, and we're going to go ahead and apply that rub. Alright, it's on a rack in the fridge, and we'll see this in about 6 or 7 hours overnight, and then we'll put it on the smoker. Now that we got the brisket on the grill, we'll go ahead and check on it in 2 hours. After 2 hours, we're gonna go ahead and spritz. Spritzing helps to moisten the areas of the bark or crust that are developing too fast. That way we have a nice and even bark. A bark is also known as a crust. And we're gonna be spritzing with a mixture of apple cider vinegar, water, and Worcestershire sauce. We'll just spritz it real quickly and cover it up again. About 4.5 hours in, we're starting to develop that full mahogany crust. I'll give it another quick spritz. After 4 hours, the coals are dying out, so we're gonna go ahead and light a new batch. Alright, I'm gonna switch it up now, and I'm gonna put some hickory chunks in there. We'll go ahead and cut a little bit of butter. As you can see, the bark is almost completely set. Now we're gonna go ahead and wrap our brisket.
Alright, let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Once my brisket reached about 150 to 165 degrees internal, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap in aluminum foil. You can also use butcher paper, but aluminum foil works too. I'm gonna put this on indirect heat until we reach an internal temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we want to give it a nice hour rest. You can go longer, but I was running out of time. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up in aluminum foil, and I put it in an insulation box just to maintain that heat.
Alright, let's cut into this brisket. We're going to start by cutting straight in half.
And slicing into it, that is absolutely amazing. Bends on its own weight, it has a pull apart texture, and it looks absolutely delicious.
Okay, so after so many hours of cooking this amazing brisket, this is what we got. A beautiful, nice, and moist brisket. Now let's try this amazing brisket. I went ahead and cut up a piece of brisket here, and this was cut against the grain, and it's gonna be super tender. Cheers. Smoky, juicy, super tender, just absolutely delicious. And as you saw by the previous clip, the brisket has an amazing smoke ring. It's super juicy, and for my first time cooking brisket, it looks pretty good. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that post notification bell.